Hi folks, thanks for checking out this video on G4G on YouTube. Today we are taking a look at the Kitty artifact quest. So this is the quest that feral druids are going to be going through when they want to get an artifact for their feral spec. Of course, for me, this is this character's second artifact quest, and I believe the second artifact opens up at either level 102 or 103. And I already have my bear claws, and I'm now going to be going for the cat daggers. So, of course, you start in Val'sharah in the druid area. And when you are in the Dream Grove, you get a quest to go see somebody up and around this area over here. And then they fly you out to this area of the map called Ashamane's Fall. And this is where we're going to be doing the quest. Now, unlike the bear quest, I have not done any of this yet. So I don't know what I'm in for. So the two quests that I'm on now is defeat 4 Eridar Soul Lashers and free their captives. And also get 3 Talandu seeds. Oh, I see a testicle bag. Ah, so that's one of the seeds.
The world will be purged.
I've just been doing so much of my druid again on live recently that my finds are a little bit different. So that's one of the soul lashers that we need. Okay, I guess the dude was rescued automatically. On my live server, I was able to recreate the druid one-button macro. So druids for a little bit now have had the ability to basically tank by a one-button macro that basically is designed to run a specific rotation. And since the names of the spells had changed, I had to edit the macro a little bit, and I was able to work in both a swipe and a thrash, and even a pulverize, which I have on live but don't have here, into a one-button rotation, and it's pretty handy. Just sit there and spam one button, and it goes through your entire rotation if you wanted to, and it leaves you free to focus on other things like be very good with movement and be really quick with interrupts and everything. So we got one of the seeds, we got 3 of the 4 for the Ashen, and this one's just gonna respawn over here, which is pretty handy. So I thought about potentially doing the Boomkin quest. My girlfriend is a Boomkin, and I said, hey, do you want me to do the Boomkin quest, and would you watch the video? And she's like, no, I'd rather be surprised about it, rather than have a whole lot of knowledge ahead of time. So I chose to do the Kitty one, which, in all honesty, is probably the one that I would go for once all the servers go live and everything, and I'm actually starting Legion. Now, if I do find out that potentially we could even work in a third at some point, whether or not I would go Resto or Boomkin it's a real interesting choice. There's one of the targets up there. I don't know. Maybe all depends on how things are going with the guild and like what we need and everything. There seems to be another druid out here. And the thing is, I mean, this is a kitty quest, and I'm doing this as my bear. It's kind of funny, but there's nothing stopping you from it. Don't judge me, man. I can do what I want. Oh, there's another glowing body over there. I will just drag this guy with us. Surprisingly enough, all these winged guys are just dropping down. So I have to admit, I'm actually really liking Pulverize, and will be continuing with it when Legion drops. It does just does a bucket of damage. Now the other things that are on, let's move out of the way slightly. The other things that are on the same tier as Pulverize. Oh, let's take a look. Where are you? Rend and Tear, Lunar Beam, and Pulverize. So Rend and Tear is what I have for this prefab druid. While in bear form, Thrash also increases your damage dealt to the target and reduces your damage taken from the target by 2% per application of Thrash. Pulverize, meanwhile, consumes the 2 stacks of Thrash, does a lot of physical damage, and reduces all damage you take by 8% for 20 seconds. If you just give it about 30 seconds into the fight, it is so easy to maintain 100% uptime on Pulverize, because the way the rotation is that Pulverize winds up coming back up with maybe a good 10 or 12 seconds to go, so it's so easy to just maintain it. And it's actually part of my one-button macro now. Assist Delandros by removing the last of the attackers. Oh, looks like we're getting phased.
Well done. Now we can begin our counterattack. By the light of Illumin, what happened to the shrine?
Looks like the shrine just got nuked from
Your
orbit.
stop was at the shrine. Find out what's going on up there.
Oh,
I'll
there's
meet up with you
something
as soon
over
as I
there.
can.
Ooh, that's... Is that going to be a pit demon? By the way, I want to use Mark of the Wild on myself so bad. Oh,
Your
Jesus.
pathetic barriers mean nothing to the Legion. The blades are mine.
I'll never let Ashamane's fangs fall to your kind. Take a good
Kitty
look,
dodge.
You'll never see the fangs again.
Insolent mortal. We will hunt you down. You only delay the
I guess we'll just beat on this guy.
Another annoyance? I'm going to enjoy.
If this guy really, really pounds me into the dirt over here, it could be a good indicator that perhaps something else should tank. Well, that's interruptible. That's good. Or not. It seems to still be falling. He's not channeling it anymore, but... this guy's getting chumped. Oh yeah, I actually was even able to work the Moonfire into the one-button tank rotation.
Well done. The Legion's attack has been broken.
Is that Verstock who stole the claws? Hey, no, I want the druid who took the claws.
What the? The fangs are gone. What happened?
One of the druids came and took them and ran off that way. Mount upon Ebon Fang and search for the Fangs of Ashamane. Look at the little kitty. It's actually a really cool model. X marks the spot. Seems to be doing a little bit of a load time here in the background.
This thing? You should be near Verstock's location by now. My foolish protege was in such a rush to escape the shrine. I'll wager he failed to mask his scent.
Ah,
Shift
it's
into
gonna
cat
force
form
me
and
into
you'll
cat
likely
form.
detect it.
Yep, it's doing the same thing that, kind of what the intro druid stuff, where you have to sniff out that druid over in Moonglade. So it looks like we are in a little bit of Suramar over here. Are these undead? Oh, they're humanoid. Ah, that's kind of a return to the Sunwell stuff from TBC. It's the withered creepers that the Blood Elves had to
The
deal
ruins are
with.
infested by withered, pitiful creatures with an unending hunger for the arcane.
The power of the Fangs might have lured some to Verstock's trail.
Yikes, what is going on in there? There's something. Ruined switch. So it looks like we're gonna have to fight this dude. That doesn't seem too bad. Heightened stealth detection. There's an interruptible spell from these guys, apparently. So if you're not familiar with the Withered, they were a mob type that came up in TBC when we had the patch that started introducing the dailies on the Isle of QD.
Whatever you did seems to have annoyed those Withered. This might work to your advantage. See if you can find another switch.
They are channeling into something over there. That looks like a bunch of those arcane disruptor guys. Seems like we have to keep going in this general direction. Nope, there's another switch over there. Is that? Yeah, okay. So far, I'm still enjoying druid tanking. I mean, I haven't done a dungeon yet, and usually at this point in the beta, I have just kind of taking it easy with this beta a little bit. The excessive amount of work that I had done in the mop beta, it actually really burnt me out pretty badly for Mists of Pandaria. I mean, it was a novel concept at first. It was like, oh, this is all interesting. It's all very Eastern and Asian and mystical and everything like that. And then
I see you. You may look like a druid, but I can tell you're a demon in disguise.
oh Jesus, this
I
guy's
won't
flipped
fall
his
for
shit,
your
hasn't
trick.
he?
You'll never get the fangs from me.
Has Verstock gone mad? Wielding the Fangs enhances one's senses, but I'm afraid it also heightened his paranoia.
Stealth. Oh, well, it's gonna be one of these things, huh? We're gonna have to go around the long way. Ha! Nice. Action stealth combat. Way to go, World of Warcraft.
Be gone. Why won't you just go away?
Where is he? Oh, there he is.
Very well. The fangs are mine. No!
So, I had done so much of MOP before it had even gone live that it just... I was so burnt out on it, and I just got over MOP really, really easily. Meanwhile, for the WAD beta, you know, I'd done a good chunk of it and done some dungeons. Did a bit of questing, went out and examined the world and everything like that. Rolled one of the pre-form 100s when they became available. Investigated more of the world, saw a lot of cool stuff. And, like, I was fine with that. And when WAD dropped, I wasn't so completely like, oh god. It's just this all over again.
I'll never submit.
Damn it. Dude's actually bleeding out pretty bad there. He's running away, but he's bleeding out. My guess is he probably went down this way.
What is this? Ah, release me at once!
Look what fell into
I'll go ahead and fight these rather than stealth through. They just look like little tiny spiders.
What on Azeroth was that? Be careful.
Wow, this looks pretty fucking creepy. So, there was a zone in Bloodborne where, a lot of really, really powerful spiders were hanging from the rafters, and they were tough as nails. That's what this reminds me of. Granted, it's your typical Nerubian spiders over here or anything. It's nothing fancy, but seeing them dangle like that is, yeah. A little disconcerting. Can't even imagine where he went over here. Let's see if we could stealth through some of this. No, well, thinks I'm in combat. Not too sure what. There we go. And even, you know, when it came to Miss Pandaria, I had even done some raids in the beta. Like, I was well equipped for Terrace of the Eternal Spring, and I had done Mogashan Vaults a few times. I remember co-tanking with, like, a Russian in Terrace, and that was, like, holy shit, how am I going to communicate with this guy over here? But, I definitely want to do the Demon Hunter experience, that's for sure. That's a different model. That's pretty cool. Nice, it's that Borderlands looking boss intro again. Oh. It got me out of combat with those little spiders that I was... Or, no, here they come anyway. These little Bloodstalkers from the Trinket. Hey bitch, the fangs are mine. Get off my druid, dude. I predict there's gonna be a spell to interrupt here on this chick. Ah, that was it. Venom Laced Web. Probably gonna come up again pretty soon. Oops, interrupted something that couldn't be interrupted. Yeah, now I have to deal with this Venom Lace Web.
Freedom. I thought I was going to be spider.
It seems to be moving along a little bit quicker than the druid one, the bear one.
Overwhelmed. You've proven yourself far more capable as their protector.
Unless there's a plot twist
Please,
here.
take them.
I can't use that.
You can't use that. Alright, so I will switch into my feral spec over here. So that we can actually wear them. Let's see, where are they in my inventory? Ooh, almost used artifact power for not my main artifact. Ah, so they're equipped. So this is the, here's the artifact form for kitties. Looks fairly vicious, although I look a little fell-tainted with that green. If it was another color, I would be happy, but that kind of looks like I'm succumbing to the fell. But yeah, that definitely seems way less complicated than the Guardian one, and quicker too.
Are everywhere.
Oh, a third artifact to pursue. Holy shit, wow. Alright, we will save that for another day, and perhaps I will... Maybe I'll look into the Boomkin one. Well, it's only Boomkin or Resto left. I'll have to check with some friends and see if they have a request for me. But there you go. There is the Fangs of Ashamane, or the Kitty Artifact 1. And now remember, when you are using your artifact powers and everything like that, make sure you are using them in the right spec, with the right artifacts equipped, so that you don't accidentally spend points in perhaps what is not your main artifact over here. So now I'm going to use this. And it looks like I have a trait available. So I have 990 artifact power now to distribute. So I can either go with Bear Hug or Survival Instincts. Buffing up Perpetual Spring, which is reducing the cooldown of Bark Skin. Vicious Bites. Or even going up to Bloody Paws. Thrash reduces the movement speed of its target. I like that. I think I might go for that before I bump up the other ones. Because, I mean, the Bark Skin cooldown one, I don't think it's affecting it quite enough. Maybe at rank 4 it's going to really matter, but at the lower ranks it doesn't seem to make a difference. Also have Iron Fur increases armor by an additional 4%, which looks pretty good. And that's about it for the accessible ones over here. I think I'm going to go to Bloody Paws. Should make tanking a little easier if mobs get a little squirrely. They're going to be nice and slow. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this Druid artifact quest. See ya.